In 1792, what did the famous mathematician Joseph Louis Lagrange create that caused his religious countryfolk to pray 30% less than before? In 1792, what did the famous mathematician Joseph Louis Lagrange create that caused his religious countryfolk to pray 30% less than before?
This is my favourite question we've had in so long. That's incredible.
That's fun, right?
I was about to say, I can't imagine it was like Lagrange multipliers for differential equations or something, but...
Oh, good! Our prayers are answered! Finally!
We don't need to pray as much because we got this. Like, that's a lovely idea that he gave them what they've been praying for. So
Exactly.
He gave them 30% of what they prayed for.
He identified the point between the Earth and the Moon where there is equal gravity between them, because that's what a Lagrange point is known as. And I don't know if that's because of that mathematician or if it was just named after him or if it was a completely different mathematician. That's what I know Lagrange from.
But I mean, why would people pray less?
Yeah, I don't have an answer to that. I just wanted to say that I know one thing about Lagrange. Yeah, when they put satellites up in what they call like L1, I think that's the point between two celestial bodies where the gravity is equal between them. And like L2, L3, L4, the other points where a satellite can just kind of hang out without really being pulled anywhere. So there's a load of satellites sitting in the various L points around Earth, Moon, and the Sun. I suspect that has nothing to do with directing prayers, because I feel like they don't really go to a specific point in space.
I can't pray. I don't have reception.
NASA has finally detected the prayer center.
Yeah, I was about to say.
This is where they
I'm
live.
praying really efficiently, so I pray 30% less. Right? But I'm praying 30% harder. Like,
If I were a peasant in 1792 France, I'm assuming Lagrange, I would be praying for my crops to probably have a good harvest, which involves the sun, the moon, which are celestial bodies. So perhaps it had something to do with that. Or maybe they just really, really badly wanted calculus of variations.
So you are in France. And certainly, you know, the peasants were expressing some opinions in France in the 1790s.
That's true.
Maybe not so much about, you know, the stars, but more earthly concerns.
Do you hear the people sing?
Yeah.
They are so happy about new math.
Also, expressing some opinions is a hell of a way to describe the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Opinions were expressed.
Emphatically, some opinions.
Content was made.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I don't know if the French did prayers at certain times of day back then. Probably not. But if they did and he made better timekeeping, then it could be.
Okay, you're on the right lines with timekeeping.
Is this to do with decimal time?
Yes,
This was a French Revolution invention which never caught on, which was the idea that there should be 10 hours in a day and 10 and 100 minutes in an hour or something like that. The idea was they would...
Think bigger units of time.
Okay. 10 months in a year. The idea was 10 months in a year?
Smaller than that.
Oh, come on.
In between a day and a month is...
A week.
A week.
Yeah.
10 weeks in a month?
Oh, 10-day weeks. So they're only going to church once a week, which is less.
Could I have blundered through any more wrong doors in my series of answers to that question?
Yeah, I feel like you pretty much got the answer here. So he invented...
You're so poised and smart all of the time on YouTube that honestly I relish in you missing something.
So he invented the French Revolutionary Calendar, under which a week only lasted 10 days. And as a consequence, the peasants only got 36 days of rest every year instead of 52 days. So instead of having a rest every Sunday, you only have a rest every 10 days, which is 30% less. And therefore, they did not pray as much.
And then they also followed it by emphatically expressing opinions.
They did. Right. They did emphatically express their opinions.
I was going to say that's a very capitalist happy calendar if they're working more. But it's, again, French Revolution, probably a bit more complicated than that.
Well, the French revolutionaries weren't so big on religion because the French government before them were very, very Catholic and sort of used that as to prop themselves up. So actually, Robespierre tried to start a state religion under which, or like religion in quotes, where all the churches were renamed temples of reason. Just a very kind of like 2017, like Richard Dawkins-ish, maybe 2014 Richard Dawkins-ish move, which didn't really work because then Joaquin Phoenix came along and he was like, what are we talking?
I was looking at the Wikipedia traffic for various Napoleon-related topics after the movie came out, and the article on Triborough hats was getting more traffic than ever before.
Wow.
Thanks to the movie.